Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 18 in my Automate Everything Minecraft series. In today's episode, I am going to be getting started on moving. Now, I have selected this location as kind of a first base, but I think it's time to move up in the world and to grow a little bit, so I am going to select a better, more permanent location, and then I'm going to start moving. Now, the first thing I want to go over is how much of a success my new system has been with my automatic resources from my void ore miner, which is in the basement over there. And let's take a look at how many processors I have. Now, it has been running for about, I don't know, 3 days or so, but we have a lot of processors now, and I have, actually, it's probably about time to pull these guys out. Good. And I have some pure Fluix crystals and pure Certus crystals. The pure Fluix I was just making, and I think I have even more of them. Yeah, I have quite a bit of these guys. But let's get started on what we're doing today. First off, I want to get started on cooking up some resonant ender for a new extreme reactor I'm going to be building in my new base. Now the thing is, I shouldn't need a huge amount of resonant ender because of how it functions in an extreme reactor, and we'll see that later. But first off, let's just throw down a tank and give it a couple of upgrades. And then let's melt down some, we're not actually going to be melting down ender pearls because we have some of this, resonant end stone, which, let's see if we can't find this right here. Each block produces 1,000 millibuckets of resonant ender versus just 250 for the ender pearls. And I believe it even cooks up faster. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it doesn't seem to be cooking up too slowly. All of that will go into this tank right here, and actually 64 buckets worth should be plenty, I think, for the reactor. Now the next thing I want to do is make an energy cell and upgrade it a couple times real fast, and I want to get this thing charging. Unfortunately, I haven't really built in a good place to charge things, so I think what I can do is grab some flux duct, and I want the high tier stuff, which is what I have over there, and then I'm gonna grab a cover if I have some. I do. Now what we can do here is make a nice little charging station for batteries by putting this here and then putting a cover on top. Now if we put this here, it should be able to accept from the bottom, and as we see, it is. So let's just let that go for a little while. Let's down this to something a little more reasonable, because this system does have other things to power. Stuff down here, the stuff over here. I also have a lot of obsidian, lava, stuff like that over here. I've never used the dye mixer. I was going to try to use it for something, but then it would not work for what I wanted, so I never actually used it. Anyways, let's make something so that we can get from our new base to our old base pretty easily. And there are actually several different ways we could do that, but I think the easiest way will be to make a matter transmitter and a matter receiver with a dialing device, which is not seen here. So these machines are actually pretty easy to make. Let's make some of these guys, and I know I'm going to need at least 3 of them, so let's make, I'm going to need more than 3. Let's just make like a bunch of them. Yeah, that's good, because I will need at least 2 of these and at least 2 of these. In addition, like I said, I need a dialing device, which is a device that links the two, or it links a matter transmitter with a matter receiver. Okay, so we need to find a spot for all this stuff. Not sure where a good spot would be. Maybe in here. You know what, let's not do it in here. Let's find a spot in here, because we will probably be using this quite a bit. So let's say something like here, here, and here. Now I do need to give these things power, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some, let's see, do I have some signal and plated item duct? I do. And then let's grab another energy cell, and we can have this one just be a basic version. And I should have everything I need to make one of those. I do. Okay, so where can we get power? I have actually separated the power systems. This power system over here comes from outside, whereas all this stuff is now powered by the extreme reactor. I think it'll probably be easier to get power from... You know what? It would be easier to get it from over there, I think. But it would also probably be a better idea to actually get it from over here. So let's... It looks like we have enough space under here to just use regular flex duct. So let's see. Yeah, we definitely have enough space. Cool. And then let's actually do that. And then let's throw down an energy cell with outputs to the left, the right, and the top, because we're going to put our dialing device up on top here. And then we are going to put a matter transmitter right here and a matter receiver over here. And one more thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to disconnect this. So this matter transmitter will only be able to get power from the energy cell underneath that is hidden. So let's cover this up real fast. And let's see if we can't dial something up. Okay, so first off, it is fairly important to name these things. That way you know what matter transmitter and what matter receiver is which. So we're going to call this old home sender. And then we'll call this one old home rec. And I don't think you actually have to hit enter at the end. I am, just because I'm used to doing such things. Okay, so you can dial or dial once. And let's see this. Let's wait till they're fully charged. And then what should happen is once I step into the beam, it should teleport me over here. Cool. So that works out well. Now the thing I need to do is get these guys. And I think it's actually important to power them before you can dial them. So let's do that real fast. Oh shoot, I've got this backwards. Whoops. So I probably just completely drained all the energy out of the system over here, but that's not a big deal. Oh, also, one more thing I forgot is I made a sheep spawner because I will need a lot of wool in the future, so yeah, made a sheep spawner. Let's call this new home rec. And you can use wrenches on these things, which is nice. Now let's set these up here and then dial them up. Actually, I need to name this first. New home sender. Cool. Whoops. So let's try to dial these. Okay, so I'm actually gonna do the real dial this time. So the new home sender, new home sender will be sent to the old home receiver. Now the cool thing is you can have multiple matter transmitters hooked up to a single matter receiver, but at least for the purposes of what I'm showing today, and I'm not sure if there's another way to do this, but you can only have a matter transmitter hooked up to a singular matter receiver. So let's actually do the old home receiver, or no. Okay, I've already got this hooked up. Let's do this to the new home receiver. Okay, cool. So I should have everything hooked up. If I jump on here, I should teleport over here. Cool. Yeah, and it has plenty of power left. It is important not to use these things when they are out of power. You will die in most cases. Okay, so I think the battery over here should be charged, and if not, charged enough for our purposes. So let's grab it. And then I think it's about time to set off in search of a location. So let's get rid of some stuff. Let's actually bring some building materials along as well. And let's grab our jetpack. And our capacitor. So let's grab a bunch of stone. I'm going to be using stone and glass, I think, for this first building. So we don't actually have very much glass, or glass panes, but we have a lot of glass panels, so that's cool. So let's put this on and fly. Actually, you know what? Let's go to sleep first. Because I would rather not travel at night. Now, I have waypointed a few areas on my map here, and we are going to be heading toward the flat area, although maybe at some point we can look at some other things. I'm probably going to be building something in this area right here that I have dubbed maybe the coolest biome ever. It's a pretty cool area, but I'm actually just going to fly over here, and I can do that off camera because it's going to take a few minutes. And then once I get near, I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and here is the area I'm kind of going to build on, at least the center of my base. I think in this particular series, I'm going to try to make a somewhat decentralized base, as in I'll build some stuff here, probably build some stuff over there, and we'll see where else I go throughout the series. And that's kind of an effort to reduce frame rate issues, because I like to build things really, really big. And if you've seen my my effort to collect 1 billion iron ingots, you kind of know that I build things very, very large in a lot of cases. So hopefully this should be enough to keep things from getting out of hand frame rate wise. So the first thing I need to do is, and of course I would get one of these, is I want to set up my matter receiver and my matter, or my teleporter system. And we can just do that over here. And I also want to chunk load this area, so let's go ahead and kind of claim it and then chunk load it. Also, this area is kind of nifty in that it's kind of like an island between rivers. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. It's also really, really flat where I'm at. Like, if you look at the mini map, it's kind of ridiculously flat. And even the areas that aren't flat, it'll be pretty easy to fill in. So let's test this out. Hypothetically, we should end up at the back our old home, and hypothetically was correct. We should be able to go back to the new area, so that's cool. So travel times are greatly reduced. I can also, excuse me, let's turn this off and let's call it new home. And let's also turn off our other waypoints for now. Anyways, let's get started on building a building. Now, how I'm going to build my buildings is I'm going to kind of do the same thing as I've done in the past. I think that'll be the edge. This is going to be the front of the building, and then this will be one of the sides. There's still a lot of crap in my way. 2, 3, 4. Knew that was going to happen. Okay. We're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be the end of the line. And I still can't count. And then over here, this will be the doorway. And then that'll be the edge. Of course. Okay, let's build from over here and just build over. I'm getting impatient. Okay, anyways. This is kind of the shell of the building. It will be made of glass and stone. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dig out a basement, and I think I'm going to do that off camera just because it's going to take some time. I'm going to be right back after I have that dug out. So I'm back in my old base right now because I would like to upgrade my excavator. I dug for a little while, and the one I have is just kind of slow and not very durable. So I decided to throw some cobalt on here, which will upgrade the durability from 980 to 1653. Also, the speed will go from 1.9 to 3.36. And then in addition, I'm going to throw some redstone on here to increase the speed yet even more to 4.91. So I'm going to go back to my base now, and I'm going to continue digging, and then once I have everything dug out to my liking, I will be right back. And here is a small little problem with my basement digging. I found some water. Fortunately for me, there are pretty easy ways to get rid of this. I'm just going to block it up. If I had a sponge, that would also work, but I do not. I actually might be able to even make an open block sponge if I needed to, but I think I'm just going to use this technique right here, and this should not hopefully be a problem. So I'm going to block this up and then dig it out, and the water will be gone. And once I actually get done finishing my digging, I will be back, and then we can build this thing out a little bit. So I'm going to be back in just a minute. So I have my 2 basements dug out, and I've decided to go with 2 for right now. I will probably even add more in the future. But now I need to lay the walls to make this look somewhat nice, and I'm actually going to build a tool to do that. And I need to stop jumping up and down. There we go. So now there is, in this mod pack, there are some wands, and there are builder's wands, which is what I'm looking for. In the future, I would like to build this one because it is unbreakable, but for right now, we're going to have to settle with the diamond wand. It is still a really useful wand, and here in a second, let's see exactly how this works. Let's just make a bunch of sticks, because we'll need sticks. So, wand, if I can spell. And let's actually make a few of these things. I will probably only be able to carry one with me. One thing I can do is I can grab a modular storage unit here and kind of fill it with stone, because I think that will be useful. So let's do that, because I will need a lot of stone here. I could make a black hole unit, but this will work just fine as well. Actually, it definitely would have worked better with the black hole unit because of the these buttons right here. But anyways, the fill inventory button and the empty inventory button. But anyways, let's just grab a bunch of stone. Let's grab a few of these wands. A few more, because I'm guessing I'll need more than just one. Okay, so I think I should have enough stone. Let's grab this guy and let's get going. So how this builder's wand works, there are different modes, and I forget. Okay, it's the M button by default is what we're looking for, and I want to extend this particular wall in this direction, and that will work. Does this do infinite? I think it does. Yes. Okay, so now I need to actually grab this and get a bunch of stone out. Okay. Cool. And so this kind of simplifies this process of laying down this wall. And I found a hole. And apparently there's bees somewhere in the wall or floor or something over there. So that's going to be a little annoying until I get them out with a scoop or something. So I need yet more. I knew this would take a lot. Okay, so we gotta finish the front here. And then we need to do the floors. And I do have those plotted out as well. Okay, so now we need to change the mode using the M key. I think that'll work. Yes. And then lastly, we kind of need a way to find or get to our different floors here. I'm going to use elevators. They're really nifty. I like using them, so that's what we're going to use. Real fast, I should lay down some torches. And let's start over here. That way monsters won't spawn down here once I build the ceiling / floor for the next floor. And something I did is not right. Yep. Nope. No, that's right. What is not right here? I can't count. That's what's wrong. I knew that torch should be 2 off the corner. That's why I knew something was wrong. Okay. Got that fixed. I actually probably should have grabbed more torches as well. But the thing is, it's pretty easy to get back and forth between the 2 bases because of the teleporters, so it's not really a big deal. And I like to put torches down the middle as well. I think if we hit the F7 key, we should have everything covered. Cool, we do. By everything covered, I mean this particular floor. So let's go ahead, pull this back out. And walk across the floor. Am I out of stone? I'm out of stone. Okay, halfway there. And then let's throw in the elevator, which goes right here. And then, whoops. Okay, so let's not do that by accident. And then, you know what? I'm going to complete the top floor and all the torches and stuff off camera because it's just the same process 2 more times. And then I'm going to be right back. And here's the shell of our first tower. I have the basements all fully ready to go. Here's the first basement. Here's the second basement. They're pretty much exactly the same, which is to be intended. There's one more thing. I would like to install a quick applied Energistics system into this building. So let's go ahead and start to do that. Let's get rid of a bunch of stuff we don't really need. I might need some glass. Who knows? Let's keep this. Let's actually put this over there somewhere. That's the modular storage unit full of stone. Anyways. So let's grab a bunch of ME controllers. For right now, I think we're only going to be using one. In the future, we're going to build a true awesome system. But for right now, let's just grab. How much of these flux crystals do I have? A lot. Okay, so that's cool. I can get more skystone if I need some. But this should be enough controllers, to be honest, for the full system. Let's grab an ME drive here. ME drive fixture. What the heck is this? I'm gonna have to test that out sometime, but not right now. Let's go ahead and grab one of these. Let's grab the ME glass flux cables that we have. There is one more thing I would like to make. Let's see if Ender.io still has the ME conduit. They do. Fantastic. So I actually want to grab... Oh, I need some quartz fiber. Let's grab some of this. And I think I'm only going to need one of it, but I'm not entirely sure. I will need to grab an energy cell. And I would also like to upgrade that. And so what we're going to do right now is have this thing charged for a little bit. Right now we're just going to run this new system off of an energy cell. We're going to have a lever on that thing. But in the future we will have a real power system for it. But for right now I think it's just easiest to hook up an energy cell. So let's see here. What else? I need a terminal. So let's grab a regular terminal if we can. Fantastic. And then a crafting terminal. Actually, I want one of these. So do I seriously? I have wood. Anyways, ME crafting terminal, that should be good. And then I would like the pattern terminal this time around. I also want an interface terminal at some point. I don't know if I have everything I need for that. What am I missing? Flux dust. I think I might actually have some over... No, I don't. Let's make some. And I can make plenty of flux crystals in the future, so this isn't really a problem. And then... And I don't really care that I use the pure Certus version. I have plenty. I need another terminal. Or face here. So boom, that's cool. So now I need some drives, and I would like to have 10 of these. And let's actually see if we can't go for the top tier version, the 64K. And I'm typing in the wrong thing here. Let's see. Storage cells, that's what they're called. So actually, because there's a mod called Extra Cells 2, it's a really cool mod. But anyways, in the regular applied Energistics, the top tier cell is the 64K storage cell. We're going to be making some of these. So I need... Okay, so I need 30 of these. I need 90 of these. I'm going to need a lot of quartz glass. I don't actually think I'm going to be able to do what I want this episode. But anyways, let's just get this thing up and running with some 1Ks. I definitely have the processors to make 64Ks. But for right now, I think it's just... Let's just get this thing going. Let's just get it running. And then we can worry about some upgrades. Let's use regular Certus here. Yeah, let's make 64. Sure. And then let's make some quartz glass. That should be plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. And then I would like a lever to control the battery. Let's just dump those for now. And then I need the battery. And this should be good for right now. What time is it? It is night. Let's change that, as I don't have my bed over there yet. I really don't want monsters. Oh, I also need doors. I would like regular oak doors. Do I not have oak wood? I don't. Really? Fine. And let's just get rid of the stone because we have this full of stone. So let's dive over here. Let's install those unsightly doors. You know what? It doesn't look terrible. Whatever. I'm going to put this system right here. So let's throw this down. We are going to have the two terminals. Interface terminal will be on top because it will be the terminal I will interact with less, and then the pattern terminal will be right here. And then we'll throw our drives in. And actually, I'll probably just grab the drives from the other system and throw them in here. But anyways, let's also throw this down. And then I think how I want to do this is put the ME conduit right here. The controller right here. And then an energy cell with this on and this set to high. Okay, cool. So that seems to be functioning. I think, yeah, that should be fine. Let's just throw some stuff in here. I think that's a pretty good wrapping up point for today's episode. So basically in today's episode, I got this new location. I dug this this thing out. I made this building with 2 basements. And I set up a primitive applied energistics system over here that can be flipped on and off with that lever right there. I will be building up this base quite nicely in the next few episodes, so stay tuned for that. If you liked today's episode, give it a like. If you like automation in Minecraft, subscribe to my channel because that's kind of what I do. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.